These guys really worked really hard to get there. We started the year 4-0 and had an unfortunate loss to Albany right in the middle, and I said to the team right after that game, it was a tough week, it was homecoming week, we had 2 games that week, and we had just had a grueling battle a couple days before, and I said, we're going to find out how good of a team this really is by who shows up tomorrow for lifting, by who's here the rest of the way at practice, who's willing to work. And from that point on, we had great attendance at practice, we had kids working hard every day, and we ended up our last 3 games against Becker, St. Cloud Apollo, and Ricori ended up being blowout victories for our guys. So it was a great end of the year for them, and it showed that they got better. Even though they were a good team to start, they got a lot better as it went on. The 2 kind of high points for me as a coach this season was the game against Becker this year, and I don't know if you guys remember that long ago, but it was pretty cold that day. We played on the practice field, and there was about 2 inches of water on the sidelines. I'm sure most of your parents that were there remember it, and I think Coach Courtney remembers it because his feet at the end were, I don't think he could feel them anymore. And I know I was really cold, and our kids really showed up that day and played really hard, and we ended up beating Becker by a couple touchdowns, so that was a great memory for us. And then the other memory was our game against Big Lake, which I told Coach Courtney was my most fun ever coaching. We had a competitive game in the first half. It was close at halftime, and then in the second half, we just kept getting weird injuries that would happen. We had kids that, by the fourth quarter, we had kids playing out of position on defense, and we ended up in overtime. In the second overtime, we had our backup quarterback in the game. We had kids out of position on defense, and these guys really came together. We got a big stop on 4 downs in overtime and won the game on a last 4th down pass to win it. So it was a great year for us as a team. I want to take a second to thank all of the parents that are here of the 9th graders. They really did a great job of supporting the kids. We had great attendance at our games. We had treats, it felt like, all the time on the bus. We had pizza several times after the game, so that was really appreciated. So thank you for supporting them. And the last thing, guys, that I want to say to all the kids up here, we have a great group of seniors here. And they were probably, they had a great freshman year when they were there as well. And you saw what they were able to do. And like I said to all of you at the end of the year, just because we're a great freshman team, that doesn't make us a great varsity team. The way great freshman players become great varsity players, and they'll all tell you this, is through hard work in the weight room and in the off season to get stronger and faster and better so you can turn into great varsity players. All of the seniors there in the front row that are going to be leaving you here will tell you that that's what paved the road for us to make it as far as we did in the state tournament. And you guys are kind of that next step. We're going to be looking to you to fill some holes as soon as next year. So make sure you are working hard every step of the way. But great job this year.